Hello and welcome to this video, guys. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a behind the scenes look at a golden hour photo shoot I did the other day using my Hasselblad 500C with Kodak Portra 400. So the guy I was shooting with is named Jeremy, and his stage name is Tabos. He's a very talented musician from the Tulsa area, and he was kind enough to drive all the way to OKC. It's like 2 hours away from him just to do this shoot. I didn't really have an idea of where I wanted to shoot, as I don't live in OKC. So I asked one of my friends, Ontario, what he would recommend, and he recommended this park called Good Home Park. When I first got there, I was a little underwhelmed, but as we kind of walked around and explored it, it had some really cool features and points of interest that really helped to sell the photographs. There we go, cool. Let's kind of look around and see what it looks like. 3, 2, 1. Could you turn your body maybe a little bit towards me? Yeah, perfect. Oh, this one's the money shot right here. All right. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Okay. 3, 2, 1. My dark side's not even in my camera. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. I left my dark side in my pants. Oops. Okay, so now let's talk about the Hasselblad. So the camera itself is in like pristine condition. So is the lens. The lens only has a couple scuffs on some of the paint, but besides that, it's in great condition, and the only place that the camera shows wear is on the bottom plate, which makes sense. However, the film back is in pretty bad condition. It looks like at some point it was just replaced, and I'm having issues with the film back. So basically what the issue is once you take a picture, you advance this. And what that does is it resets the mirror inside as well as advances film in the actual film holder. And so basically there's two circles. There's one on the body, one on the film counter. And there's this big one that just shows what frame you're on. But as you can see, that's red. And that means the mirror has not been reset. So you turn it, and now it's been reset, so now you can like see my hand or whatever. And the circle's white. And on the film counter, it does the same thing. On the film back, it does the same thing. When it's red, that means you just took a picture and it needs to be advanced, and whenever it's white, that means it's been fully advanced to the next frame. But for whatever reason on my camera, sometimes when I advance it, it doesn't advance the film. And whenever I first got the camera, I didn't realize that that was happening. And so I shot a roll, and like 7 images were all stacked on top of each other. So when this happens, what I have to do is I just like put the aperture as high as I can, the shutter speed as high as I can, stick it into my shirt like this, and take a picture of a blank roll. I think it's an issue with the film back, but I can't be sure. So if you guys know what's wrong with it or have any suggestions, I would love to know. I'm sort of planning to buy a new film back anyways, just because that's what I think the issue is, but again, I'm really not for sure. So if you guys know, I would love for you guys to say something. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, perfect. 3, 2, 1. So one funny thing about the film is it expired in March of 2020, which really is not a bad thing at all. I bought it at the end of 2019, and for the most part I've stored it all in a refrigerator. However, I did have 2 rolls that I just kept sitting on my shelf over there. And every time I do a shoot, I always, like multiple hours beforehand, make sure to go to the refrigerator and take out the film so it can kind of warm up before I load it into my camera and start shooting. But for this shoot in particular, I forgot to do that. So before I left, I just grabbed the film from my shelf, and because it had been sitting there for well over a year, it started to kind of degrade, and you can really notice it in the shadows and the darker midtones. There's a lot more present grain and a lot more color shifts. The shadows, for whatever reason, were leaning kind of a yellowish orange, and the grain was a lot more pronounced in those areas, as well as just kind of everywhere in general. Okay, so I just want to give some quick closing thoughts about kind of what I learned in my favorite image at the set. So what I learned is I need to make sure I keep my film stored in the refrigerator if I'm going to keep it for a long amount of time, which I do plan to keep my film for a long amount of time. So my favorite image was the last one that I took. I just love how his skin looks so orange because of the sun, but also how blue the background looks because of the sky, reflecting a lot of that light on it. And that's a picture that I will be posting onto my Instagram, and by the time you're watching this video, it will be up. So I'll leave it on the screen as well as in the description below. I'll also leave Jeremy's Instagram below. He's the guy who was kind enough to model for me, and my 2 sisters, Laura and Sandy. Laura helped me film the video, and Sandy was kind of general assistant. She was the one carrying the bags that you see in the video, as well as kind of operating the diffuser to help me modify the light. I could not have filmed the video without them. Thank you again for watching the video. I'm planning more shoots in the future, so expect to see more videos coming from this channel. Thank you guys again, and have a great day.